it's been 4 months since Wuthering Waves released, and I'm still playing the game. So it has to have something, right? Well, let's talk about it. Um, in the past 4 months, I've been playing Wuthering Waves every day, like daily. I've done daily logins, I've done all the events. My exploration isn't that high because I've been having, managing other games as well, Genshin, Star Rail, ZZZ, and all. But I am 50% and above in every region. So the game is great. The game is like, as I said in my initial video, I think I said it, but if I didn't, I'm saying it over here. This game is the cyberpunk of gacha gaming, basically. It had a terrible launch. It had probably the worst launch that I've ever seen, and it reminded me so much of cyberpunk, where you were promised something and then what you were delivered was the same thing that they were promised, but at such a basic scale with tons of launch problems, game engine problems, stutters, bugs, this and that. So it kind of reminded me of cyberpunk. Now I noticed that under this game there was many things that that deserve to be appreciated: the infinite stamina system, the ecosystem, the fighting, the animations, the facial expression, the graphics, everything. I mean, graphics kind of like takes it from the Unreal Engine part. So yeah, but still, overall it was a great game, but the performance issues ridiculed it and completely destroyed its image, I feel. I mean, there were people who were saying that this game is still good, is this game is nice, and you have bad hardware and things and that. But if you're making a game that you want to appeal to the majority of the people, you need to take into consideration all these devices that you're going to have the game run on, and that includes mobile phones, because you're making the game for mobile phones. So yeah, that was an issue. But I think with 1.3, like, I played through the entire story right here today, and I feel like they have ironed out some issues. Like the game felt smooth compared to yesterday, like before the patch update. So I feel like they are still working on the optimization part. It's a slow process, and I know it'll take a lot of time. I mean, it took Cyberpunk 2 years, an anime season, and a DLC to actually fix the game, which was which is something, but still, yeah. So I feel like I think Wuthering Waves, in due course of time, it will get better. It will get better with the optimization, with the graphics and all, with the stutters issue, everything. But right now, the 1.3 actually felt like a step in the right direction. Coming to the story, which is the other thing, the story is still like when I started this game, I kind of went in expecting something like Genshin Impact. Honestly, it's my fault, I shouldn't have done that, but I kind of went in expecting that, because that was the direct rival to Genshin Impact, so it had to have something that had to be comparative with it. Combat doesn't make a game. Every combat game also has a story, like Mortal Kombat or something like that, Injustice and all. Combat does not equal to good game. Like if you have amazing combat but the story is crap, like the game's not gonna work. So I feel Wuthering Waves had that same problem. The story was utter crap, and I did see improvements in 1.1 with the Changli and Jinshi storyline. Although I feel like since day one I've just been seeing every character simp for the main character. Like this is Simping Waves, not Wuthering Waves. I kind of realized this in version 1.1 during the Jinshi and Changli quest, where they were unnecessarily obsessed with the rover. And then when we found out that rover was some kind of god, I mean, I don't know, my attention just like completely vanished over there, and I was just like, I switched focus. I did not, like, before 1.1, before that I was expecting something serious, something unique, something dark. But after that, after like witnessing and experiencing the simping of rover, I changed my mind. I changed the way I perceived this game. I changed the way I perceived the story. And after that change, I think I enjoy this game better because I when I play the story, I always crack jokes to myself. So whenever the simping occurs, I'm like, okay, yeah, you got a simp, you won that rover. So I mean, in 1.0, I was like, okay, maybe Jian is gonna be a general. He's gonna act like a general. He's not gonna immediately give Rover the full control of his army like nobody else would do. I mean, even I don't think Eula would give the Traveler full control of the Mondstadt army of a battalion immediately, within 2 minutes of meeting. So, yeah, there was that. So the simping was there. Yang Yang, obviously. Everybody knows the Yang Yang simping, the god tier simping of Yang Yang. So, yeah, I mean, 1.2 also came, Jie or however her name is pronounced, and then that Jiangli Yao guy, the cyborg guy. Both of them was him. Although I did like Jie's story better compared to the entire event that we had where it focused on Xiangli Yao, and I don't think he even got a story quest, something like that. So I like Jie's, or should I say, story quest better because it kind of focused on her as well. There was she wasn't like the only simping that I saw from her was towards the end of the quest where it didn't feel more like simping. It felt more like forming a friendship because Jeichi was shy, was awkward. She didn't interact with people that much. She was engrossed in her own painting. She was introvert. So I feel like the entire quest was actually pretty nice and her character arc was better. But then we had that Xiang Liao and that entire simping arc with the event, and I just couldn't digest that. So yeah, the simping continued. 1.3 happened and we have the Shorekeeper right now, and the simping still continues. So that's why I call it Simping Waves. Everybody simps for the character, for Rover. Now, taking simping aside, the visuals were amazing. I liked the 16:9 ratio cutscenes that they made for this chapter, and I hope that they move forward with that because the 16:9 ratio was actually pretty good. It actually felt like I was watching a movie, and I hope those cutscenes were a bit longer because sometimes it just felt kind of rushed. The 1.3 story, it was a good story. It wasn't top tier, but I'm comparing it with other Wuthering Waves stories, Wuthering Waves main story and character stories and such. So as a Shorekeeper character story come main story type of thing, it was nice. It was okay. It was like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. Simply because the visuals were gorgeous. Black Shores as a land is amazing. It's pretty. I haven't explored it yet that much, but first impressions, it was pretty. So they went full on the visual part, which is kind of nice. I mean, I think this game has the visuals going for it, so they're focusing more on that, which is, I mean, good in a sense because you got to focus on your strengths. So the visuals are gorgeous, the animations, the facial expressions for characters, everything was tip top, perfect. And the story, I mean, I went in Black Shores was set up as this mysterious area with a mysterious organization, and you're somehow related to it. And then when you reach there, you find out that you're even, I mean, spoilers, obviously, spoilers. When you reach the Black Shores, you find out that you were the head, you were the creator of the Black Shores organization, and you're already a god to these people, these sentinel, something like that. And then you also become the creator of the Black Shores organization, and nobody knows how you look like except the Shorekeeper, which is another thing that I found interesting because I mean, nobody in the Black Shores organization thought of describing to the younger generation that my mentor looked like this, she was a kind person or he was a kind person, depending on your rover gender, and something. I mean, nobody decided to make a montage or make a, I don't know, statue or have it in the records that this person was the creator of the Black Shores organization, like in real life where everything has a founder. So yep, I think that was one point that I found kind of weird. Like, everybody was surprised that, who are we, despite, Shorekeeper knowing the fact that we are the founder of this organization. I mean, yeah, so nobody really bothered to, like, go into the history of the organization that they're working for, they're living in. Apart from that, the simping of Shorekeeper was nice. Like, usually I am not fond of simping, but in this one, I don't know, I just kind of like Shorekeeper simping, probably because, she's not a normal human, she's a robot, and for robots to, like, gain emotion, something new for them. And it just, I think I kind of saw Shorekeeper as a child, like, figuring out stuff, like, experiencing new emotions, and they was like, okay, oh wow, this makes me feel kind of excited or kind of sad or something like that. So, like, she's basically learning how the world works, and that's why her simping didn't bother me that much as Yang simping does, because, Yang is a full grown adult and she's still like, Rover. But yeah, Shorekeeper's model is amazing, hands down. Her kit wise, I mean, I pulled for her and all, like, I finished the main quest and then I immediately did some pulls for her. I will have that pull video in another video. But yeah, so that's what I did. Shorekeeper, the story, the Black Shores one, I don't know. I mean, the simping aside and, everything aside, I felt like, it should have dived more into the history. Like, I wish we had segments where we played in the past, like, with Changli's story, where we had that entire domain where we played, where we lived through Changli's life, the Changli's childhood, where we saw, where we got to know what she went through. And that's what makes these characters likable. Like, why you like Changli is because you know her from, what she suffered and what she is right now. With the Shorekeeper, you just know that Robo made her and she's part of a sonorous sphere, which I still don't know what the hell is. And then she's controlling something known as a Tethys terminal, which I still don't know what the hell is. And then you had something called a Necrostar, which gladly, like, they said that it was a black hole. So, like I thank my interest in astrophysics or something like that, because I have read upon black holes, so I knew what the event horizon was, I knew what gravity was doing there, and the black hole phenomena and everything. So I understood it a bit, but still they don't explain shit in this game. Like, they just throw you terms and then you're expected to, like, either learn it for yourself or read the obnoxiously long data caches or whatever you want to call them in game, and most of them have their, words whited out, so it's just kind of insane. So, but yeah, I really wish we had these segments where, uh, imagine we played as OG Rover, as the Rover. Like, we already know Rover is somebody important. Like, they founded the entire game civilization. They founded Wuthering Waves civilization. They're the ultimate, the supreme guardian, and they don't remember who they are, but whatever. I wish we had parts where, where we had OG Rover, the God Rover, who remembered shit. They worked on the Shorekeeper, so we got to see the bonding between Rover and Shorekeeper. I wish they showed something like that, I wish we got to see that bonding between them. It could have been 3 parts, the part where Rover makes the Shorekeeper, some part in between where, we're caring for him, we're updating the Shorekeeper, and then, towards the end where the Rover leaves the Shorekeeper. Because we're told all this through dialogues, but if we played through it, I mean, I feel like, it would have created a different kind of bond with the Shorekeeper. I pulled for Shorekeeper, obviously, but I just pulled her for a really hot looks and the way she simped for Rover, because, she's kind of like the OG girlfriend. But yeah, I wish we had more bonding with her. Even the part where, where the Shorekeeper sacrificed herself and took Rover's place to dive into the black hole. I mean, I didn't just feel emotion because it was kind of expected. It was kind of predictable because, that it was all leading up to it. And I don't know, man. I wish they focused more on the story. Like right now, I play through the story, but most of the time I'm very uninterested in it. I skip dialogues, I read through it quickly, I look at the expressions. I'm more focused on the character expressions and the photos rather than the story. Every dialogue is mostly like, I'm simping for over, or the character is so wet for over, and it's just I don't know, man. I mean, I know gacha games, gacha characters, these have to have lines that indicate that they are obsessed with the main protagonist, so that these players who have low self-esteem can feel happy, like that these fictional characters are loving me for god knows what reason. People find happiness in that, but they do them. But as a story, as a whole, it just feels kind of weird, especially when your competitor is Genshin Impact, which does have like simping for the traveler. Like some characters actually simp super hard. Ayaka, Nilu, and then there's Navia, and so on and so forth. I mean, there are examples over there. Lisa is such a simp. I think she's a simp for everyone though. But yeah, you have characters over there, but there's a limit. There's a limit. Like not all characters have this like like this very weird simping stuff. Like you don't see Zhongli simping for the traveler. You don't see Nahida or Farina or Nivelette. I mean, they regard the traveler as a strong person. They regard the traveler as a very strong person, as a person who is like has to be taken seriously, and that's a sort of respect over there. But it's not like overly simping. Like I love you. In Wuthering Waves, every character feels like they're just dying to say I love you, but since it's a gacha game, so they can't, because every character loves the main character. I just wish like we got some sort of characters who like respected Rover. They weren't head over heels for them, but they respected them as a friend, as a person, as an individual. I think that's what's missing in this game. Apart from that, it was nice. I mean, the patch is nice. The patch is good. Shorekeeper, I'm using her. I'm still getting used to her. I don't really understand her healing part, because I've been using a skill, but she just heals herself, when in the description it was written that it heals all the party members. And then there's the burst part, where like her ultimate part, which I still don't understand. Like it creates a field of some sort, and it apparently heals the active character, something like that. So I'm just still understanding it. Apart from that, the new boss was okay. It was good. I mean, apart from the fact that I can't dodge it. What also ruined the 1.3 quest was the climax, because when I was doing the climax the first time I actually played through it, my game hung. Like I was going to do the final grapple to get like to go into the boss domain, but the game hung right before that. So I was like just hanging in the sunset world. I'll have a video. I mean, I'll post a video over here. You're probably seeing the video right now, where I'm just swinging or hanging or something like that. And after that I restarted the game and I did it again. So that time it worked the next time, but then another problem happened, which was the cutscene. And the cutscene was good, it's just that the audio was super delayed, which kind of like ruined the entire impact of the cutscene. I mean, I don't know, man. You can't mess these things up. I mean, pre-rendered cutscenes, you're messing the audio and the video. It just sucks. It just sucks, man. And for a game where you cannot replay the story, like if I had an option to replay the story, I would do it. I don't care. I mean, I would do it 20 times to like get to know shit. But this game doesn't. It's like it's one and done. And if you miss it, or if the game screws up or bugs at that particular moment, it's over. And your only other option to experience this is through a YouTube video, which actually removes the enjoyment from playing through the game. So yeah, I mean, the performance issues, there are still issues here and there, and I don't know, man. I just hope they fix them out. Overall, still it's okay. Like the game is getting better, obviously. It's getting better, but it's not still that great. Like, the story is still meh, and the music I still cannot hear much of it. I mean, the Black Show's music does have a funky combat music and it has some lyrical songs in it, but I mean, whenever I play, I don't really hear the music. It's not that, what should I say? Mm, it's not that, I don't know, I'm forgetting the word right now, but it's not that upfront. Like, it's not that focused. The music is not the focus. Music feels like it's like, a latter priority. It's a little lower priority status, something like that. But and that is, it is what it is. I mean, I just hope the game gets better and better. But that's it for now. Next character coming out is probably Camellia. I'm gonna save for her. I'm not gonna pull for Shorekeeper's weapon because I don't know, she's a healer and I don't think, like, healers deserve their weapon. Screw that. Healers just, support characters are fine as it is. Their skills do the main supporting, not their weapons. I might go for Camellia's weapon though, but I will be saving everything. So that's it for now. 1.3, it's okay. It's okay. I wish they, like, lowered down the simping part, but we all know Camellia's coming up, so there's going to be another patch of simping, maximum simping. So yep, I have no hopes from the simping. So that's what I do. Like, I just think when I play this game that every character is going to be a simp for me, and we move forward. After that, the change of thinking, it just makes the game better, even though it doesn't, but still. So that's it for now. That's my thoughts on 1.3, on the Shorekeeper, on Black Shows, on Simping Waves, stuff like that. I hope they stop the simping because, man, I've been saying simping so much. Still, it's okay. Alright. How did you like the 1.3 story? I mean, I went on Reddit and I saw many people saying that it's amazing, it's the best thing ever. And I'm like, when I played through the game, when I played through the story, I was like, it's not the best thing ever. There are many other stories out there that are 100 times better than this. I mean, a few side quests from The Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk 2077 beat the main story of Wuthering Waves. A few main quests from, Genshin Impact beat everything in Wuthering Waves. Or, a main quest from, I don't know, Elden Ring, Last of Us, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 7. There are many games out there. There are many stories out there. And this story is not the best. Like, it's not that memorable. What makes a story great is how memorable it is. I mean, it could be memorable for you, but honestly, if you ask me now, I have no idea what the hell happened except the fact that, the Shorekeeper and Rover were apparently girlfriend, because I play female Rover, so, like, they were girlfriend at some point, and then the Rover left the Shorekeeper with some promise, and the Shorekeeper has been maintaining that promise, and then, when the Rover returns with amnesia because, you're playing a gacha game, and then the Shorekeeper is like, we used to love each other, apparently. And then the love story continues and something, I don't know. And then the Abby part, like, I still have no idea what the hell Abby is. At least in Paimon, I know Paimon's a guide that we fished them out, even though we still don't know much about her as well. But still, Paimon is still understandable. I don't know what the hell Abby is. And even the Shorekeeper said that, Abby is some sort of a weird anomaly, with some weird frequency or something like that. I don't know the terms, man. That's what Wuthering Waves is. You don't know the terms, you don't know why every character sims for you, but you just play on because the combat is good. Yep, it's gonna take some time. That's it for now. That's it for now for Wuthering Waves. I want to come back to this game later. Maybe 1.4, maybe 1.5, or I don't know, maybe 2.0. When they hopefully make the story more than everybody having a huge crush on Rover. But that's it for now. thanks for watching.
Wherever
And
your path leads,
yep, hope your
I hope
Shorekeeper
to
Pulls
walk
went
it
well. I will
with
have a
you.
Shorekeeper Pulls video up soon after this. And have a great day. Goodbye.